Okay. All right. So you are welcome once again. I remember on the first day of our training, told us a little about hosting and domain name registration. All right. So I said that to have any website at all, the first thing that we do, all right. In fact, personally, the first thing I tell my clients to do is as long as they've concluded on what the site is going to, the name of the site is going to be. The next thing we do is to first register the domain name so that it's not taken by somebody else. All right. Um, domain business is a business that some people do mainly. All right. They buy and sell domain names. So, for example, you need the name of your business, for example, is can someone suggest a name? Let someone suggest a name for us in the chat section. Can someone suggest a name for us? Name of a company, name of a business. We can just have that as a case study for tonight. Okay, Colade Gadgets. All right, thank you very much. So let's say the name of our business is Colade Gadgets. All right. So we can decide to register coladegadgets.com, all right, as the domain name of the business. Okay. So you know the name of your business is Colade Gadgets. As fast as possible, you want to secure that domain name before somebody else gets it. Okay. And then after getting your domain name, you can then go ahead to buy you can then go ahead to get hosting. All right. As I said the other day, the hosting account is where your website will be housed. All right. So you want to look for a reliable hosting provider. All right. So I'm going to show us tonight how to go around that, the process of registering a domain name, registering an hosting account, what you get next, all right, and then we go on and on with that. Okay, so you are welcome once again. You're welcome once again. First thing first, when you want to register a domain name, these are some of the things we look out for. All right, you want to ensure that your name relates with your business. All right. Number two, you want to ensure that your name can be remembered. Number three, you want to ensure that your name is not too long. Not too long. So I usually advise maximum of 4 syllabic words. 2 is perfect. 3 is okay, but maximum of 4 syllabic words. All right. Then number 4, your name can be spelled easily. All right. Can be spelled easily. All right. So I just typed that out in the comment section now. I just typed that out in the comment section now. So it relates to your business, can be remembered, it's not too long, and then your domain name can be spelled easily. Those points you need to put into consideration when you are registering a domain name. All right. So I'm going to take us quickly to a typical example of an hosting platform, an hosting provider, one that just an example that we can look out for. All right. So okay. I believe you can all see my screen. I believe you can see my screen now. Please, I want response. You can just type in the comment section.
Yes, we can. Yes, we
All
can.
right, thank you very much. Okay, so
Yes, we can.
So first thing is that, as I said earlier, you want to get a domain name. So we said coladegadgets.com. All right. Any hosting or domain registrar, we have a platform like this where you can secure a domain name. So you search for it, and then we have it here that it is available. All right. So for this hosting provider, they offer their pricing in USD. All right. But majority of them have multi-currencies. All right. So depending on where you are registering from, all right. So if you convert your Naira, you see the rate there. But let me go back to the USD that was there initially. All right, so let me search for it again, coladegadgets.com. So I'm doing this for illustrative purpose only. Okay, so you have to cut, all right, and then we want to get, okay, let me look for another domain registrar. I'll look for another domain registrar. So, for example, I used to use this a long time ago. Okay, let me just go back. All right. So, all right. So when you go to their homepage, this is the first thing you see, and then we search for our coladegadgets.com, and then you see that it's similar to what I showed you initially. And then it shows us that okay, it shows us that it is available for 16,250 Naira. Then I had to cut. Okay. After doing that, I want to register a shared hosting account, for example, and then I see it here. Let me say I register this one. Okay. Then I use this domain name that is on my cart, right? I use it for the hosting account. Okay. Then you can decide. I always check these free options, all right? Then this ID protection. What does ID protection mean? So whenever you register a domain name, all right, the public is able to know who registered it, the address and the contact of the person that registered it, all right? The public is able to know. For example, can someone just share with me a website that you know is available out there? Just any website that you visited today, or maybe of a company or somewhere. All right, someone just dropped a chat. Yeah, I want to show us how the public will know now. Jumia.ng. Okay, yeah, thank you. So Jumia.ng. Go to whois.com. All right. Oh no. So who is, you get what I mean? What I mean is this. You want to type something like who is in the garden, you understand? Who is, so you type it together, whois.com. All right, so it brings you to this page, who is. And then at the top here, we can search Jumia.ng, all right, and then let's search for the details of the person that registered it. Okay, so we are able to see that the registrar, that means the company where it was registered, this is it, all right? It was registered 2013. So Miss Jumia started business 2013, all right? This domain name will expire 2025. The last time they renewed the domain name was 2023. So we can always check details of any domain you see online. And this was the organization that registered it. This was the city, state, and the like. So these are the details of the person, and this is the phone number of the person that registered Jumia. All right. That means this, I mean, the domain name, this is the details, and then you can see more here. All right. So in case you want to contact them, you can always do that. And then you can send mail to the person that registered Jumia. But there are some other sites that they are hidden. All right. For example, I registered this domain name, figo.com, but while registering it, I applied for ID protection, right? So the public won't be able to see who registered the domain name. Okay, so I registered with Upperlink, all right, and then I registered since 2019, and then it will expire later this year, all right, and then you can see that here the name of the person that registered is domain admin, organization, privacy protect, then drive. I registered this, but you can't see my details here. Why? Because I don't want it to be made public. So you can also offer these services to your clients, all right, just in case they don't want their details to be made public. You get that? For example, the name of my own company, Digital Webs. All right, let me search digitalwebs.com. All right, so you can search. When you search, what you see will be privacy shield. Okay, and because I made it hidden, all right, so that's how you can hide your details from being made known to the public, and that's how you can really search who is behind a particular website, just in case they don't hide their details to the public. All right, so we go ahead to continue, right? And then when you do that, you see your total bill, then you can decide to check out. So this is the range if you want to register a domain and hosting. Now, all what we are buying, domain, hosting, and all these things, we buy them from the Western countries most times, because the bodies that are in charge of all this, they are not Nigerian based. So whichever Nigerian company you see, they are still in a way paying in foreign currency. So whenever there's a drop in the value of Naira against dollar, we discover that the prices of these things also increase, all right? But in dollars, they are not changing. It's just the Naira value that is increasing, right? There was a time that we were registering domain name for 5,000, .com domain name for 5,000 Naira, 4,000 Naira, all right, because of the exchange rates as at then. But now, you can imagine, okay? So that's it. Someone dropped a chat. Can you add the ID protection after you have registered? Yes, it's possible. You can always do that with your registrar. You can always do that with your registrar afterwards, okay? Yeah. So then you can go ahead to check out. When you check out, you notice that on this site, agree, on this site, I have not logged in or registered any account yet. So it will ask for my details. So these are the details. Whenever you enter these details, they will confirm, all right? These are details that we show to the public whenever they go and search for the owner, and then you log in or you create an account if you don't have an account with them before, then you complete order and make payment. You just wait for some time, and then straight up you have, you will get a mail containing the details of your hosting account. All right, you get a mail containing the details of your hosting account. But what you need in particular is your username and your password. All right, you need your username and your password. So I created an hosting account today. Okay, and that hosting account, I'll be showing us how it looks like. Remember, yes, on Monday, I was telling us that when you create an hosting account, you get a particular Cpanel, control panel details, all right? So that is what you need. And since you have assigned your domain name to that hosting account, you are able to log in with it. So usually, whenever you want to log in to your Cpanel, I register this domain name, okay? Digital schools .ng, digitalschools.ng, right? I hope you are following. So because what I did was just to register the domain name, and then I registered the hosting account, all right? This is what it will show me. A minute, please. Okay, it's a singular, it's not plural. All right, so it will show me 404 not found. The meaning of 404 is that nothing has been designed. There's no page like this that exists, all right? So you can just search Google meaning of 404, 404 error, okay? So it means that page not found, that is the page does not exist, okay? This is different from the fact that it's showing you this means that the domain name has been registered. If it is a domain name that had not been registered before, it will not show you that. For example, let me use Tolu sss.com, all right? Okay, so this is what it will show you. This site can be reached. So.com server IP address could not be found. Try check and check all this. This is what it will just show you because it had not been registered. It does not exist, okay? But the fact that it's showing you 404 means that the domain has been registered, and then there's an hosting account registered for it already, but just that nothing had been designed, all right? So now what we now need to do is to start our design. But before we start our design, so a lot of all our practicals that I'll be doing for us, I'll be using this particular hosting account and domain name for the practical sessions, all right? So to access your Cpanel, what you just need to do is to enter that your domain name / where is it? Okay, /Cpanel. Did you get that? So I just entered digitalschool.ng/Cpanel, all right? And then when you enter that, it redirects you here. Okay, then this is the username and this is the password. I just entered the password, all right? So then you log in, all right? No, tabs, okay? Yep. Please let me know if you are not seeing my screen so that I can, so someone is asking, so please can we just keep our question when I when I'm done, all right, for tonight, we'll ask all the questions so that um, we are not dragging the lectures, all right? So I'll come back to the questions. But whenever you have a question, it pops up, you can just put it down in the comment section. All right, thank you. So because I'm just logging in for the first time, that's why it's showing me all these pop-ups, all right? So it's Cpanel, LLC uses interface, allow, deny, whichever one you want, all right? And then choosing where to start from, but I'm not interested in that, all right? So this is how your control panel looks like, all right? Cpanel, I told us yesterday, C means control. So this is where you control everything about your website, okay? So your emails. So let's say you have custom emails or your client tell you that they want custom email for their website. For example, this is digitalschool.ng, all right? So we can decide to open info@digitalschool.ng. For example, we can decide to open, let's say as the CEO of the company, you can decide to open ceo@digitalschool.ng. So how do you do that? How do you do that? Come to email accounts. When you come here, it is empty. This is the default email of the system. So you come to create, then you enter info at the remaining details are here already. So you don't need, just enter info and then enter your password. Okay. So let me tell this guy to generate password for me. It has just generated. So you just need to use strong password. As soon as you have this, you copy it, okay, and then you keep it somewhere. All right. Remember, I said everything I'm doing is for educational purposes. All right. So it means that all these, I'm going to delete them afterwards. I don't need them. All right. I just registered this domain name for this purpose. Okay. Then what else? After doing that, you can check additional settings. For example, you want to increase the quota of this email. That is, let's say this email, the box, I want to make it bigger than 250 MB. I want it to be able to take more more files or more mails. All right, so I can just increase it to 1 gig. Okay, then I create. Once you create that, you have your email here already, info@digitalschool.ng. So you want to log in to this, all right? You just come here, all right? Enter digitalschool.ng/webmail, not webmail, right? /webmail. Wait for it to load. Yeah, then you enter your email address. Remember the email address we created, info@digitalschool.ng, right? Okay, then the password I copied the other time, you paste it there and then you log in. So you are in. So because I'm just opening this for the first time, that's why I'm saying this. But usually you won't see this. This is what you see directly, all right? So this is your email box. I'm sure we are conversant with similar interface like this, okay? So this is your email. You want to send a mail. You want to compose a mail. This is your inbox, all right? Your draft here, sent mail, junk, trash, archive, and the likes. You want to create a mail, you come here. This is compose mail,
Victor,
all right? So you enter the email you are sending it to, all right? Can someone give us his or her email? Let's send email. Let's try something out. Can someone just drop in the chat box, give us your email? Might be a mail that you are not really active on, but we want you to confirm that you get the mail. All right, thank you very much, Martha. Yep. Copy. Okay, I'll copy everyone. Is okay. Solomon, I'll copy you too. Yep. So we know how to copyright. I want to copy. Then you can also have blind copy. Okay. You can also do that. So these are just things you can do. Then you want to go to entering the title, let's call it our training test email. All right. So now, when you want to start typing here, everything you type will show in default text format. Okay. And I'm sure you don't want to send out mails with this format, right? So first thing I'll do is I want to save this as draft so that I can get back to it, all right? But when you are using your mail, you just created your webmail for the first time. This is what I do. I'll go to settings, okay? I'll go to composing mail. I'll go to compose mail. You compose HTML messages always, all right? Then whenever I want to reply messages, I start new messages above, then I save, all right? Another thing I do when I'm composing mails or when I'm opening a mail for the first time, I'm sure that we have all at one time or the other received mails from companies, all right? And then there's a footer or a signature that used to come with every mail that they send you, all right? So something like display name, what name should show? We want digital school. We want that to show as the name of the sender whenever anyone receives our mail, okay? And then we want to in all our mails, we just want something like kind regards to show at the bottom of the mail. And then we want to send something like a default, I'm coming. I'm trying to copy out something. Yeah. Then, so let me just change the entire signature to this. Can you see this? So I've just posted this. So something like important notice, this email message and any attachments are confidential, right? Maybe legally privileged. And so if you get this and you think it does not belong to you, kindly discard or you send it back, you know, something like that. I'm sure we'll have been receiving things like this, okay? So I'll hit on save, okay? So we are good. So I go back to my mailbox now, okay? Then I go to my drafts. So remember that I started sending, this message is a draft message, edit. Remember that I started composing this one before. So I'm unable to switch back to what the format that I just set up now, right? But I can go to compose. So when I try to compose a fresh mail, this is what shows, okay? So already I have my signature there, okay? Then I can go and copy my email address again, the emails that I want to send the mails to. Let me just do that quickly. I want to copy this. Then I want to blind copy this. I want to blind copy this. Then let me also blind copy this. Yep. Okay, so we said the title of the mail will be what? Our website training test email. Okay, let me just compose something. Hi, friend. I hope this finds you well. We will just to see Okay, so we're good. I can decide to send this now. All right. So I just sent that. So let me go to my sent mail. This is it. Please, those of us that we sent the email to, kindly check your box and let us know when you get the email. All right, we'll be waiting to hear back from you. But while we are waiting, let's move on. So let's move on with the training for, let's continue with our training. So that's how to open email accounts. That's how to set up your email box. And then that's how to send mails, right? Official mails of the domain name that you've registered with your hosting. Okay, so let me go back to the homepage of the cPanel. The homepage of the cPanel. So you want to forward all your mails to a particular mail, you can do that. So these are features that you need, but basically what you need here is just to create mail and manage mail for your clients. All right, these are billing and support services, files. All right, so now going to files, this is the file manager. All the websites you are designing, in one way or the other, this is where they are located. This is where they are housed. You see, for example, this public HTML, this is where the main website itself will be. All right. So when we start the design proper, I'm going to show us some more things here, how to navigate. For example, you see someone will tell you that, oh, I want to migrate my website from one host to another host. All right. So I need to copy my files. I need to copy the database. I need to, all those things. This is where you need to copy the file of the website too, so that it can show at the front end. So that's under the file manager. Images, disk usage, you want to back up your website. So we do backups, daily backups, depending on your host though. But this particular host that I'm using here have daily backups. All right, so they do daily backups for, okay, so from my end, I just received the mail. I just received the mail. Okay, yeah. So someone just replied in the chat box section that I got the test mail. Okay, so that's how it's going to be for everyone, really. That's how it's going to be for everyone. So I received the mail. Solomon, I received the mail. Okay, so thank you very much for the feedback. Yeah. So, and you can all see that it works. That's how we set up mail for companies. So PHP My Admin, these are advanced setups that we might talk about later on, all right? So for domains here, there are some hosting accounts that permit you to have more than one domain name on a particular cPanel account, all right? So if you see add-on domain names, mean additional domain names that you can have on this cPanel. So for this particular host that I got, I can still have another one domain name on it. Okay, for subdomains, You can have as many as possible, all right? But the more subdomain you have will be influenced, or the number of subdomains you have will be influenced by what your disk space is, all right? Your disk space, the disk usage, or the disk space available for you to use on your hosting account. For example, this hosting account only has 10 gigabytes, okay? So if you have a lot of websites on this, there's tendency that you will exhaust this 10 gigabyte that you have, and then you will need to upgrade. So the more you upgrade this, the more you will have to pay your hosting provider. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. For example, I had a client that he used to get a lot of mails, and it doesn't delete mails. So because of one email account alone, the entire 10 gig was exhausted, all right? So they had to upgrade their hosting account from 10 gig to 50 gig, all right? After about 2 years, they exhausted the 50 gig again. They had to upgrade to 100 gig. So the more disk space you are paying for, the more disk space you want, it will also imply that you have to pay more for that, because it's more like you are renting this. Oh, okay, Martha just replied also that she just got the mail. So it means that you are paying for a larger space. So it's just like someone that has a 1-bedroom apartment. What he or she will be paying as rent to be lesser than what someone that is using a 5-bedroom duplex is paying for. You get? So for the hosting provider to allocate more resources to you, it means that you'll be ready to pay more annually. All right. So you need to just watch how many subdomains or how many add-on domains you are adding. You adding more means you are ready to pay more. That's just the implication. All right. And then this is where you apply security to your. So this is a free, for this hosting Cpanel account or this hosting provider, they offer us a free SSL certificate for our website. Now, you want to ask, what's the meaning of SSL certificate? Okay, it means site security lock. Site security lock. However, if you don't have SSL on your website, I'm sure that we'll have seen there are sometimes you visit some websites and then it will show us padlock by the side. Chrome has changed the interface of their, okay, so you can see that connection is secure, okay? Let me check this guy. Okay, certificate is valid. I wish there's a site that will check and then there's nothing there. I want to look out for one website that there will be nothing there to see. Okay, so can you see this? It's saying not secure. All right, so it's saying not secure. You don't want to, Google will not even recommend your site to anybody, all right, because it is not secure for the people. So Google will recommend your site. So you want to ensure that your site has SSL certificate. I'll close this. Okay, so what you need to do here for this free SSL that have been provided for us is that you issue it, this your domain name, okay? Then you come here and issue the SSL certificate. For as many of us that complete this training program, I'll give us access to these videos for free. So I'm recording the session, so you can always go back to it and then I'll give us access to it for free. But it's also nice if, it would be nice if you can also jot down for what we are discussing. All right. So I'll go back. You can see what is saying there that it has been installed successfully. All right. So we now have HTTPS and not just HTTP for our domain. All right. So I'll go back to the main cPanel page. And then what else do we need to know here? Okay, yeah. So then these are different scripts and applications that we can use. So for this cPanel account, you can change your password, you can change your language, your information, user manager, and the likes. This is where you can adjust all those, all right? So for example, the password that your hosting provider gave you probably is too complex and you want to change it to a password that you will remember. And yet that password must not be too easy for an hacker to remember. Remember that anyone that is able to access your cPanel is able to access all the websites that you have on the cPanel. The person is also able to access all the emails that you have in the company, all right? So ensure that your password for this cPanel account is very strong. You need to be able to protect it very well. And then something I used to tell my clients, after when I design website for clients, I get what's it called? I get cPanel account for my clients, right, in their name. And then once I'm handing over the site to them, I ensure that they sign a disclaimer that whatever happens to their site after I've given them the cPanel login details is no longer my responsibility. Okay, so some people can be careless with their login details, that if somebody else, a third party, access it through them, they come back to come and meet it that my site is not showing again, what has happened? All right, it's no longer my responsibility the moment I send you all your details. So these are things that you need to put in place. You need to put you need to develop some agreement forms, all right, some letters, some agreements that your clients need to sign at every point of the project, all right? So, so that's that. And then the next thing that I do, so what I usually do is that I get my cPanel account, I set up my email, I add my security certificate, that's SSL there, all right? And after that, I go ahead to install my WordPress application, all right? I go ahead to install my WordPress application. So tomorrow, we will continue from here, okay? How to install your WordPress application, and then we'll start looking at the interface of the backend of WordPress before we go ahead to start our designs proper. All right, but for today, we've seen, like we shared in the outline of our training for today, we've seen how to register a domain name. We've seen how to create, how to register an hosting account, all right, how to navigate the cPanel that will be given to you whenever you register an hosting account, all right, at least at your level, all right, this is what you get, except you want to start Windows hosting or the advanced VPS and the likes, cloud hosting. But at your level now, this is what you get, all right? And then we're able to see what file manager is, which we'll still dive deep into when it's time, all right? And then for database, I was telling us that for now, there will be no database because we have not created any website yet, all right? But by tomorrow, when we install our WordPress application, you see that database will exist here, all right? And then domains, I showed us, I told us what add-on domain is, what subdomain is, okay? So subdomain is more like, for example, we have digitalschool.ng, all right? But we want to create another website. We want to create another website, okay? But we don't want to buy a new domain name. We just want to, let's say, I want to create a personal site for Tolu, for example. So I can just say Tolu dot digitalschool.com. Oh, sorry, .ng. All right. So I'll submit this. Then I wait for it to see what it's telling me. It can take a moment to create a new domain. This occurs on, yep. So I just wait. I wait, yep. So I have a new domain name that I can also create a website with, okay? Or, so when I click on this, it also shows me this, which means it is existing, all right? I just need to create something on it, okay? So now let me go back to the main page of the cPanel, and you see what will be there. So for here, you see that subdomains now, from 0 before, I now have 1. I have created 1. But mind you, all the pictures, all the videos that I'll put on both websites, they will count in this 100 gig, in this 10 gig that we have here, all right? And whenever I install my WordPress application, for example, let me just give us a sneak peek of what it is, all right? So you can see digitalschool.ng, I can install directly on this main domain name, or I can install a new website entirely on tolu.digitalschool.ng. I'm coming. I think I have something like this. Okay. So for example, you can see this. That's if it's still existing. Okay, so this was a client's website before, right? Whatever happened to it, right? And then I designed this one. I designed this one. So for the client now. So you can see that what is here is just the domain name, ifsecret.com. But what was there before? So I now created old dot. So I moved the former website there so that whenever the clients want to make reference to what he or she has before, the person can always go back to it, right? So this is a subdomain that I created. So I usually do that for clients that I am redesigning their sites, okay? So the site that they have before, while I'm doing the new design, I leave it on the main directory. Then I now create a subdomain where I'm creating for the new website, okay? And when I am done with the new website, I move the former site to another subdomain, move the new website I've designed to the main domain directory, then I delete the temporary link I used for the new website. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. I hope you get the illustration I'm trying to do. All right, so let me say, for example, someone gives me a site. Someone tell me that, see tolucrate.com, I want to redesign it. What I will now do is, just for example, I can now open something like new.tolucrate.com as a subdomain. I will use it to design the new website, all right? So when I am done, the tolucrate.com that was there before, I can now move it to old.tolucrate.com, all right? I'll move it to the old website, okay? Right, so this was the website I had then. So I moved it to the old dot. So this old dot is a subdomain, all right? Then the new one, I move it to the main directory, tolucrate.com, and then That's what I use subdomain accounts for basically, all right? And that has really worked over the years. Okay, so that will be all for tonight, and then tomorrow we will continue. We'll start the installation of the WordPress application, okay, and then we'll start looking at the designs, how to design gradually from tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. So let's answer any questions we have. It's time for question and answers. You can unmute and ask your question if you haven't sent it in the chat box before now. Okay. So someone said, Oluwasegun is asking, said that what is the maximum years to register at once? So it depends on your hosting provider. Depends on your hosting provider, all right? So there are some hosting providers that will permit you to register 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, okay? 1 year, but what is common is just a year, all right? Some registrars will permit you to register 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. So it all depends on where you are registering your hosting and domain name from. Okay, someone else is asking, is it the same process for a .org? Yes, or a .net, yes. So your domain name provider, okay, let me go through Wiz, for example. So let me say we checked Kayode Gadgets the other time. Kayode Gadgets. All right. So let me just enter this. So see what Wiz will show me. To tell me that kayodegadget.com is available for this. .net is available for this. .org is available for this. .space. So these are what we call domain extensions. I was saying it the other day. So .com is a domain name extension. .net is a domain name extension. .org is a domain name extension. .space is a domain name extension. .site is a domain. .this is a. So thank you for asking. Thank you for bringing me here. All these, we use them for different reasons. Okay. So .com means commercial organizations. So it's a business, it's a for-profit business. So we use .com usually, all right? .org, we use it for non-profit. Most times we use it for non-profit. You see churches, mosques, NGOs and the likes, they use .org, all right? .net has to do with IT-related businesses. They are the ones that use it most times, okay? All these ones are generic kind of .shop, but they are not really popular, .guru, .fun. So these are just, so, and then there are also some names that has to do with country. If you see .us, for example, it means that a domain name of a business that is resident in the United States, all right? .us.com, so it's telling you that it is a commercial business in US. NYC, New York City, all right, .store. I'm sure that some of us will know .ng, all right? So it means that it's a Nigerian business. I'm sure that some of us will have seen something like .com.ng. So it means that it is a Nigerian business, Nigerian for-profit business, all right? I'm sure that we'll have seen .org.ng. So that means it is a Nigerian non-profit organization. I'm sure that some of us will have seen .edu.ng, all right? This, in fact, this .edu.ng, no, you can't just register it. You have to be an accredited, because it's only universities that register, that use this .edu.ng. All right. So you have to be an accredited school by NUC before you're able to register a domain name like this. I'm sure that I will have seen .gov.ng. So it means that it's Nigerian government. So all those that I'm just mentioning now, they are what we refer to as domain name extensions. And you can register all of them, okay, depending on the type of business or organization that you are registering it for. Okay, so someone was raising hand. You can unmute.
Good evening, everyone. So my question is, so my question goes like this. In the case of that secret website that you have to change the font and everything. So I saw that the other one, I mean the second one that does not have old on the URL is more beautiful than the old one. So I was now going to ask this question because I have some little idea about how to change fonts with CSS and HTML. So I was hoping if having access to the cPanel, can I edit it with my own knowledge of CSS and HTML to suit my font and change the CSS look of the website instead of having to go and create another subdomain just to make the just to create another website with a different font. So I'm just trying to integrate my own knowledge with this thing into what I'm seeing here as well. So that's just my question. If there's a way I can change the font through the file manager in the cPanel by bringing in the CSS file into the file manager, if it's possible. That's what I'm asking.
All right. So let me just use one illustration. Okay. If you are a building contractor, all right, and someone comes to meet you that I don't like how my house is looking. I think I will prefer the design of my house is not too fine. Okay, I will prefer the structure to be in a way different, and then I would like the interior design to be more beautiful than what is presently there. Okay, so let me call you an interior designer. Yeah. So will you rather tell the person that the first thing you want to do is that you want to go and bring design concept and show your client, right? So when you get there, will you rather tell the person that we'll remove this, put this, I'll change this to this, or you tell the person that let's remove everything that is inside the house and then let's replace everything with the new concept that I am bringing, which will make your work more presentable?
Okay, yes. It would be better if you take everything out and then bring something entirely new.
As somebody comes to meet you and tell you that I don't like how my website is looking, all right, I think I want a new design. You want to give the person a fresh design, fresh look, better interface, something that is more attractive, that the person's client will see, and then we want to remain on their website. So idea of website is that when people land on your page, they want to stay, they are engaged, they want to read, they want to interact with the business, all right? They don't want to just leave immediately. That is the idea of website. Okay, so if that is what you want to achieve, you don't want to now go and start looking for what is not good, how to correct it, what is not good, you correct it. You don't know how many things like that you have to look for and correct. Bro, you are wasting your time. Go ahead, remove everything that is there, replace it with your own new, fresh concept, and then it's even much more beautiful and makes your work much easier. Are we? Are we good? Yeah. So somebody, okay. So do we have any other question before we wrap up for tonight? This is already past 10. Tomorrow we go into WordPress. Tomorrow we go into WordPress. Oh, sorry, Friday. Thank you very much, Mr. Ulugbenga David. So on Friday, we start introduction to WordPress. On Friday, we start introduction to WordPress. All right, so by next week, Wednesday, introduction to WordPress on Friday and Monday. By next week, Wednesday, we'll start our first design. That's one-pager design, all right? And I had said it that all of us, we need to practice. And this is it. For you to practice, you need to have an hosting account and you need to have a domain account, all right? On the average, you can get, there are different sites online that you can get. I know that in Nigeria here, I can give us a list of them, all right? So I know about Postlag. Yeah, I know about Google Host. I know about Google Host. Yeah, I know about Q servers. Yeah, I know about Post Now. Post Now, right? And then a few other ones in Nigeria here, all right? And then
sorry, please, can you go over them again, please? Sorry.
Okay, so I said you can get hosting account from Postlag, all right? So these are their pricing. .com, this .com is 18K per year, .net 20K, you know. I say you want to get these ones, .com, .ng or .ng, these are the cheaper ones because they are NG brands, all right? .org is 22K, and then these are the pricing of their hosting accounts, okay? We have Google Hosts. Google Hosts, you want to start with this one, just go ahead to search for your domain name first. Then you can see the different hosting accounts or packages that they have. We have Q servers, all right? It's another reliable hosting, okay? So you can host with them. You can also get your domain name with them, all right? We have Host Now, and then I've been using Upperlink for years now. So to Upperlink their link is domains.upperlink.ng, all right? Personally, I've been using Upperlink for years, all right? So you can also get your hosting and domain from there, okay? So, however, for those of us that we might not be, I got some personal messages between Monday and now, okay? For those of us that we might not be able to afford to get our own private hosting and domain name for now, at least while we are practicing, okay? I'll be willing to open subdomains for us, okay? I'll be willing to open subdomain for us under this. So for example, so that we can use it to practice for our test assignments that we'll be having. Each of us will have to design 3 websites. The first one will be our one-pager site. The second one will be our multi-page site. And then the third one will be our, what's it called? Our e-commerce site, all right? So I'll be willing to open 3 subdomain accounts for us, and I'll also install WordPress on it for us so that we can use it for web practices, all right, for the purpose of this training, okay? And however, as I had mentioned before, if I'm opening multiple domains, it will mean that I also need to increase this, okay? I also need to increase this Dix size of this hosting account, okay? so that it's able to accommodate as many of us that want to do that. So I'll be requesting that, please take note, it's not compulsory. I'm not doing this training to bill us or charge us any amount, but I wouldn't feed us all through. So those of us that will be interested in the subdomain, the 3 subdomains that will be opening for you to carry on with this training, you just be required to pay 2K so that I will add it to all what I'll be using to increase this to about 100 gig for you to be able to accommodate all of us. All right. I hope that is good. I hope that is good. Okay. Yeah. And then lastly for tonight, on Monday, I announced that I was giving out a desktop system for one person amongst us. All right. So 3 persons messaged me, and then they have been identified as A, B, and C. Okay. We started a poll on the platform. We just want it to be very free and fair. Whoever has the highest poll by Friday, 12 noon, I will send a dispatch to, or we just find a way. The person will locate me and collect the desktop computer over the weekend. All right. And then we'll show it on the platform. The people know that, they know already that they are, what's it called? The people that are identified by A, B, and C, they know themselves already. We don't want to put their name so that the poll is not biased. Just vote for whoever comes to mind. And we have told them there's no campaigning. If anybody private chats you that you should vote for them, please report the person so that the person is out of the poll. All right. So we just want it to be very fair and fair. All right. So thank you very much for tonight. We meet again on Friday. Enjoy your night rest, and God bless you all.